What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. TapTools reports that Grok 3 says Cardano ADA is the most decentralized blockchain in the world. Well, if I were to say one thing, I'll say he's a good Grok. Ouroboros Leios is set to massively scale Cardano ADA, increasing transaction throughput while maintaining security and decentralization. By decoupling transaction processing from block validation, Leios enables parallel transaction processing, pushing Cardano towards millions of transactions per second. Super excited, guys, for Leios. Charles Hoskinson says we built Leios to have the same performance profile of Solana and Sui and be decentralized. That took 6 years of research and development. And there's huge value there with the time it took with R&D, because we'll be the only ones to have that performance and be decentralized. That's something hard to do. Massive performance while maintaining security and decentralization. I think Cardano, guys, is going to be leading the pack. Charles says, I will encourage the president to broaden the crypto working group. A huge part of the crypto industry is getting research standards and scientific funding where it needs to be. He spoke about the need for the competitive advantage with what we saw with DeepSeek and around the world. He finished off saying, we'll give our advice to the president. And guys, this is low-key admitting he will be meeting up with President Trump, that he will give advice to Trump, he'll recommend to Trump. So really excited to see this, guys, come together. March 1st is going to be a very important day, where I think he will meet with the president. Charles says we'll work closely with the legislative branch to get FIT21 right. FIT21 needs a proper definition of decentralization. We think the EDI is the appropriate definition. I'll work with lawmakers and speak before the Senate. As we're getting closer to March, he's just revealing more and more. So really excited, guys, that he's going to be playing a big role. Charles says we're closer to the legislative side than the executive branch. That being said, I know many people in the executive branch. Some are friends of mine, like Robert Kennedy. We will be working with the executive branch on an advisory basis. Really exciting. I was so thrilled to hear these clips today. Charles says we should go multi-resource and have more than just proof of stake. That's why we wrote Minotaur. And we get to beta test that with partner chains. If it works really well, we'll bring it back home and augment Cardano's main ledger. And again, Minotaur, guys, and multi-resource is going to allow us to have multiple streams of revenue. And it's being beta tested a la Midnight Network, because Cardano stake pool operators will earn not only ADA, but also Night token for maintaining 2 ledgers. So I see a future where Cardano is going to become the super node. Everyone's going to plug in for our network effect, our decentralization, and as a result of that, our security. Charles says our advantage and lead is so significant, they can never catch us. Thank you all for this moment with the Constitution. Cardano has a constitution, a government, and every ADA holder now has a voice. Because of that, Cardano is the global standard. I really enjoy his charisma. It's fantastic, which is a big part of the qualitative design of Cardano, guys. As a UX designer, Cardano strikes on brand, narrative, story, leadership, technology, resilience. Speaking of resilience, Charles says in over 7 years, coming up on 8 years since we launched, we never once deviated from core principles. Hundreds of millions of transactions and blocks, and the network has never gone down. We've been operating 24/7. It tells the world that Cardano has true value. Couldn't agree anymore. Guys, this is super exciting. I haven't made an official post yet because I'm waiting to learn more about the wallet integration, but it's setting the groundwork. Wanchain has integrated XRP on the Cardano network. Yes, wrapped XRP on Cardano, and that's going to open up the ability to bridge directly XRP on the XRP ledger to wrapped XRP on Cardano and more. So this is great, guys. Some XRPL goodness. MEXC, with over $3.2 billion in trade volume today, features zero fees on Cardano ADA futures and spot trading for a limited time, which is great because they didn't have ADA in there for a while. Cardano Foundation, this was a great post yesterday, I believe. Cardano Q4 2024, a quarter of growth. Market cap up 127%, quarter over quarter to 30.3 billion. DeFi TVL up 94% to nearly $450 million. That doesn't even include the delegated wallets, which surpass 1.321 million, I believe. Stablecoin market cap up 66% to $23.2 million. And finally, average daily transactions up 65% to 71,500. Great details there. Thank you, Cardano Foundation. Guys, let's go into some other parts of the world. This is super exciting. I'm really looking forward for this interview to come out. So apparently Mr. M, these guys, it's going to be releasing, I believe, on the weekend. It's not out yet, but a little teaser. And I know you guys probably recognize this face, but you know what? It's refreshing to see Charles jump on different podcasts, and maybe if there was any beef or misunderstandings, clear that up. I'm really looking forward one day to seeing like Charles on Joe Rogan. Charles and Alex Becker has to happen. It's going to happen one day or another. And it just shows you, let's try our best. One guy was asking, what should we do in regards to bridging to more networks? And I said, it's all about attitude. We have to get along with people with attitude first before we can bridge blockchain. Now, obviously, not every time it can work, but having a good attitude in life will get you far. Hire for attitude, train for aptitude. The more we can improve our attitude, be kind, be meek, the more we'll invite more people to Cardano. So I'm hoping this is probably going to be a great interview. Looking forward to that. Everything's linked below for you guys as always. It's not out yet. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin and whatnot. Michael Saylor's strategy to raise $2 billion to purchase more Bitcoin. Good. Send it up, Mr. Orange. And it's going to benefit the rest of the industry. $870 billion asset manager Standard Chartered expects more sovereign wealth funds to start buying Bitcoin. I like that. Users begin receiving FTX refund payments on Kraken. Did you guys get affected by FTX? Let me know. I didn't, but I almost got enticed by those like crazy APRs and whatnot and walking past. I remember I was in Miami 2022 walking past the FTX arena at the time. Glad I didn't. I was this close to going to Celsius and FTX, and thank God I did not. Last but not least, a little kind of comic relief. What is going on with Argentina? Argentina's president Javier Milei says he didn't promote a crypto scam coin. I didn't promote it, he says. I shared it. What the hell is this? I didn't promote it. I shared it. Bro. Oh my goodness. It's like man, you know what? I hope they can get that sorted out. I wish everyone well. I just hope they can all bounce back from that. What do you guys think of the situation? I think Libra is DOA. Dead on arrival. Get it out of here. And I just hope the best for the Argentine people. This is nonsense because if you share it, you promoted it. You want to choose euphemism game, then it is what it is. Let's hop over to price 0.75. I was hoping it wouldn't come back down to these levels, but the whole market is kind of in the red right now. Let's check out CoinGecko. 30-day. Things are getting wrecked. Meme coins down 65%, 40%. Hedera down 36%. It's red all across. And I think we're pretty much getting close to fear right now on the fear greed index. A few hours ago, I saw us kind of pushing a little bit to fear from the neutral, but everything's in the red right now. Solana was crashing as a result of the Libra nonsense. Yeah, Solana up a little bit, 169. Cardano, 23.4% down for the 30-day, but still single digits for the losses for the 7-day. 2.9% is definitely not as bad as 23.20. So, again, Solana, 14.6%. So there's a lot of projects that are down much worse. Let's hop over to TradingView. ADA, 0.752. Not bad. XRP looking pretty good, 2.56. Things are going sideways. looking very similar to one another. Bitcoin 95.6, and Bitcoin dominance has risen actually. Yesterday we were looking at BTC.D at 60.6, but now it's back up to 61.2. So I think people are a little bit, on edge, skeptical, especially with all the shitecoin nonsense. But I think that tide will kind of level out, and I think people will come to their senses and realize that a project with resilience and a bustling ecosystem, more importantly, a very loyal community, such as ADA, such as XRP, the blue chips, the compliant crew, they realize that these projects, there's going to be a lot of upside potential, or as Alex Becker says, the most upside. So I still remain unfazed with my price prediction. You guys know for months I've been saying $5 to $7 is pretty reasonable for us to hit, but also surpass. And if we start going back to the 70-cent trenches, then my DCA, vibes will start coming out of maybe scooping up. It's a fantastic buy in my opinion. Even now it's pretty decent. But when it comes to these ranges of like 60 cents, it's kind of like a no-brainer to me. But let me know, what's your strategy, guys? What projects are you accumulating? And what are you most excited about? I would say Leios is exciting, but I think people are really underestimating the fact that Charles is literally saying, I will encourage the president. I will give our advice to the president. People really are underestimating how deeply he's connected to not only the legislative side, but also the executive branch of the US government. So guys, smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.